Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So I'm a little late on this servant buff video because I was enjoying my time here in Sendai, Japan, but let's go ahead and talk about the new buffs for the 9th anniversary servants here. So this is day 2. We have the 5-star assassin and the 3-star caster. The 5-star assassin is going to be Cleopatra, which I'm actually really happy about. She was definitely a pick for me to get a buff today, so very glad that she got one. Really deserves one too. And then Asclepius also is the servant that got a buff today, which is a little bit surprising. I was expecting some other 3-star casters to get a buff. Geronimo, to be more frank, but Geronimo is just, I'm sorry, Geronimo, man. You just got cucked again, man. But Asclepius' buff is pretty ridiculous. We'll go over that in a bit. But let's go ahead and start off with Cleopatra here. So this is going to be her, I believe it's her second skill that gets this buff. So originally, it was increased on MP generation rate for 3 turns, charges on MP gauge by 10% every turn for 3 turns, and recovers on HP every turn for 3 turns. The MP rate was 20 to 40%, and the HP regen was 500 to 1000 HP. So, not too bad of a skill, in my opinion. I think this is a very solid skill. Originally thought they were going to maybe touch some of the other skills, if anything, but they went with the second skill. So the second skill now gets an upgrade with a 20 to 30% MP battery and a 20 to 40% buff success rate for 3 turns. So, of course, assassins, they really have this, like, they don't really produce a lot of damage unless you give them a bunch of, like, crits, right? But Cleopatra especially was really not doing a lot of damage, so this actually allows her to do more damage with that buff success rate. And I mean, the battery, I think is kind of like, wow, a little bit surprising. I thought if anything they would put the battery somewhere else, but the battery actually, helps her with the I don't know if she can loop because I would have to test her out and everything, which I don't have her, so I can't test her out. But I would assume this would help with the looping part, if anything. Again, I'm not too sure on that. I would have to see videos and again, test her out myself if I ever get her. But I would feel like this would help with the Buster team setup with Koyan and Oberon. But I think this actually does help her a lot in a way. It allows her to produce more damage. So, yeah, good for Cleopatra to be able to get a buff like this. I think it's solid. I don't think it's, like, amazing or anything like that. Do I think it puts her up on the tier list? Yes and no. Like, again, I have to test her out to see if anything. If I'm thinking right, then maybe just one tier up, if anything. Like, I think I would have put her in like maybe a low B or a high C tier, if anything, right? So I think maybe high B or low A, if anything. So again, I have to test her out to see, but that's where I feel like she is at on paper. So Cleopatra, I think, again, got a pretty solid buff. I like it, though, but I do think she still needs a little bit more work, if anything. Asclepius. So this one, again, very, very surprising. Was not expecting Asclepius to get a buff here. He's already a really strong 3-star caster who is great at healing. So, yeah, this is, again, a little bit surprising. So, originally, this is going to be his 3rd skill. So, originally, his 3rd skill was just charge party's MP gauge 10% to 20, and then removes party debuff. So yeah, only 2 lines, and that kind of seems outdated in a way, but for a 3-star, I think it's very solid, especially for Asclepius, because those other skills are just really, really good. But now he has a pretty big paragraph on his skill set here. So now he adds on 10 to 20% arts up for 3 turns to the party, 50 to 100% healing up for 3 turns to the party, and guts 1000 to 3000 HP 1 time 3 turns to self. So, he can just give a lot of healing to the team, which is great. He originally already could give heals with some other skills. He can give guts to the party, and now he can give guts to himself. And, yeah, this is just pretty crazy. Like, the 100% healing up, like, that means he can just heal at least 2K with his MP, if I'm not mistaken, and I think a solid maybe he can kill a crazy amount with his skills now with his upgrade. So yeah, he's an even better healer if anything. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And not only that, he's now a pretty solid arts support as well. So you can definitely bring him with your arts teams. You can definitely bring him into really tough challenge quests. I mean, you already do anyways. So yeah, this is really awesome. And again, he can survive too with the guts. So yeah, that's pretty crazy in my opinion. I mean, I know there are setups where like you want to let him die so that you can bring in like another setup from your back row party, but I think this kind of changes a lot for sure when it comes to team comps. So I can't wait to see all the different team comps with this skill set here. But yeah, that's basically it. Again, very surprising that Asclepius got a buff here. Again, I was really hoping for Geronimo to get one. Poor Geronimo, man. Like, they just don't want to buff him for some reason. Or they just can't think of a way to buff him, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about these buffs. And I will see you guys in the next one. Laters.